the problem for me was I've been a comedian all that time. I was a funny speaker. How do you go from being a funny speaker to a speaker who's funny? And so my wife goes, do a TEDx talk. And I said, famously, what's a TEDx talk? Just by chance, I've gotten an email that week from a TEDx in Vancouver, BC. And they said, we've heard about you. We'd like you to apply. So I did, and I got it. And so I used that TEDx for branding, to come out as somebody who could speak on something deadly, literally serious. And as a kicker, nobody in my family, my wife, my friends knew that I was living with major depressive disorder and chronic suicidal ideation. I came out on stage at that TEDx as depressed and suicidal. Yeah, and I told the story of my family. It runs in my family. My grandmother died by suicide. My mother found her. My great aunt died by suicide. My mother and I found her. I was 4 years old. I screamed for days. So I was hardwired for it. And I thought, you know what? I could speak on suicide prevention if I got some education on that topic. So when I got some education on suicide prevention, and that's what I speak on now when I speak, is suicide prevention as a workplace or college health and safety issue. And to see a man do it, because men tend not to share those kind of things, and see me get a little choked up on stage as I tell my story, vulnerability, as Brene Brown would say, is my superpower, because it starts conversations, gives people cover to talk about their experiences and feelings surrounding mental health, mental illness without recrimination. That's really what they hire me to do, is come in, start the conversation. So I used the TEDx, that first TEDx, to rebrand. And then I got 2 phone calls after that. 2 other TEDx committees said, you don't happen to have any other like mental health TEDx, things rolling around your head? I said, I've got 2. Which one do you want? And second phone call came. I said, well, I got 1. So I did, my next 2 were actually invites to TEDx events. And then I applied for my 4th one, called Suicide, the Secret of My Success, Dead Man Talking. And they liked the idea so much in the title and subtitle, I didn't have to audition. They just said, no, you're going to be on. And the 5th one I did, my favorite, only one I've ever gotten standing ovation for, was Mental Health and the Orgasm, Treat Your Depression Single-Handedly. And again, no audition. They just said, no, you're on.